interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And off the tips, New York. Porzingis passes to Rose. Here's Hernan Gomez. Screen by Porzingis. Two veteran ball clubs. Chris, very experienced, very sample.
You're right. Tough to win in this league without that experience level. These teams know how to play. Like a game of chess. You played it 1,000 times, but every game is different.
Great analogy. Now, Golden State's starting five. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Green is out there with Durant, and it's Chamberlain in at the center position. On defense, the Warriors. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Lee kicks to Porzingis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Now here's Rose. Following the miss by Wilt Chamberlain. The dive for the ball. It's by Curry. Jump up, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Recognizing the defensive imbalance. Curry quickly locates the open man.
And so it's New York with it. Lee dishes to Rose. New York moving it around. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. And Chamberlain, here we go. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Chamberlain got 6. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Lee kicks to Porzingis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Now look, that's pushing the action, carving out space for himself in deep.
Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Chamberlain. It's rebounded by New York. And the one thing you love about Courtney Lee is just how complete a play is, Chris, at that shooting guard position.
Courtney wants take no talent. You can always have effort when you're on the court, and it shows. This quote embodies how he plays defense and how he attacks the rim and doesn't settle for anything.
And, you know, it's been a long time coming to be able to say this, but I'm starting to sense some hope and optimism with this Knicks basketball team. I mean, they're in a good spot financially. They're going to have flexibility in terms of filling out that roster. And then you've got a core of young talent that is exciting the fan base in which you can build around.
Here's Anthony following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain. Anthony kicks to Rose to the inside. Hernan Gomez. Here's Porzingis. Draymond Green pulls it in. Warriors leading by 3. From the top of the key, and it's Chamberlain that time on the assist by Green. He's got 10.
Oh, he has owned this quarter. Everything he is throwing up is falling right now.
And for the Knicks and their positive outlook, when New York has a Knicks team that they love, that can capture the hearts of the entire city.
And you have some of the most diehard in the world wearing Knick color. With no doubt about it. You can see the team also has improved the ball movement and the team play in the last couple seasons. Knicks are starting to become a team that is exciting to watch, win or lose.
Oh, he has been an absolute terror this quarter.
Here's Hernan Gomez. He drains the quick shot. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Chamberlain, no good.
He's usually very dependable from that range, but the D got themselves in that play and got him off kilter.
Porzingis can't hit.
You can bet if he's left open from there again, he's probably going to knock that one down.
From 11 feet away, nice spin off the left rim and in. Chamberlain got 14 points for the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Anthony. He kicks to Rose. Clock at 6. Chamberlain with the block. With the shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Rose kicks to Porzingis. Down low. It's stolen by Green. Now, here is Chamberlain. Defense is right there.
You were shocked when he misses open shots like that. The D should be thanking their lucky stars right now.
To the middle. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. Lee kicks to Rose. Fires the three. And Steph Curry, a player with...
And we're 5-6 feet outside that three.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, argument, I don't think there's an argument. The best shooter in the world. The argument is whether he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Kerr is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
You're right. They've been extremely active, physical, really dictating the flow of this game.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Iguodala out there with Durant, and it's Chamberlain in at the 5, roaming the paint. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents. But Coach Kerr takes a cue from Greg Popovich and talks about what he calls appropriate fear. Draymond Green explained, "You're not going to be scared or back down from anyone, but have appropriate fear," which just means respect them. Respect that they can beat you.
Thanks, Steve. It's all about focus. The shot down.
And just dropping the ball down inside, a timely assist.
Warriors leading by 9. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. And everyone remembers the Warriors' regular season last year. But, Chris, the highlight of all of it had to be the beginning. They rattled off a record 24 consecutive wins to start the season.
Well, Kevin, what is most amazing to me about how the start of their season went was how they were able to keep their focus. When you are on a win streak like that, everyone is gunning for you. You have the bullseye on your back. They're giving you the best game that they've got. That focus also helped the Warriors with their lengthy home streak. You have to be as tough.
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. I love the energy, fellas. I really do.
And they haven't been able to contain them. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And New York making a change here. Randall kicks to Holiday. Inside. That's good. And the Warriors lead down to just 9. And that's good from Kuzmin.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now, here is Chamberlain. 22 points for him. That one goes in.
They are up in this game right now, and he is one of the reasons why, given his stellar shooting from the field.
Randall against Curry. Holiday, no one around him. A three-pointer, no good. Warriors leading by 11. Fades. Chamberlain's shot is off. Randall kicks to O'Quinn. Count it.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here is Holiday. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Randall kicks to O'Quinn. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Chris, you're a Detroit product through and through. Grew up in the area and for the University of Michigan. Growing up in Detroit, that all how you played the game?
Oh man, definitely. You know, growing up on the west side of Detroit, I just, you know, everybody in Detroit were Pistons fans. So number one, that influenced me a big time. It's funny. Isaiah was my favorite player, and after he won the MVP a couple of times, he would always say, "Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom." So that's why after every game, I actually did it and was influenced that way. And Chuck Daly, he was a mentor to me. He knew me in high school, but as I grew older, his relationship meant a lot to me. So I can't thank, you know, Isaiah and Rick Mahorn. You know, I met those guys in high school. I can't thank them enough for their positive influence on me. Guys like John Sally and of course, Joe Dumars. So played for other teams, but as a fan, I always grew up a Pistons fan.
Like that. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. A lot of great young talent, Chris, coming in the game. Who could be the face of the league in a few years, do you think?
Well, I really like Towns and Wiggins. I really like this Minnesota team. I think their team can become fan favorite as we see the game going. Also, Kyrie Irving just won a championship. How about Davis, Anthony Davis? I just think we have some great young talent. Excited to see what the future holds.
So fun. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Chamberlain buries it from three-point range. Chamberlain got 13 points now in the quarter.
Oh, he's been basically perfect so far in this quarter, especially on offense.
Wide open look. It's rebounded by Golden State. 1:10 left in the first half of basketball. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead. Now the pass to Kuzminskis. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Well, that's just a rush decision on his part. He needs to take his time out there and make better choices.
Porzingis is checked in for the Knicks. Anthony comes in for Thomas. And Chamberlain gets it to go.
With every shot he makes, the defense only gets more and more flustered. What a showing by him.
Side Rose kicks to Anthony. Looking to end the run, and Durant sends it back.
Well, you're not going to sneak that shot past Durant, not with the reach that he has.
And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Lee kicks to Rose. Floats one, and it's good on the layup. Rose has got his first bucket in this one.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
The shot by Chamberlain, no good. Lee kicks to Anthony. Knocked loose. The three. That shot off, and we've reached him.
And now,
How do you think, Blake?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free.
The skyline of Midtown Manhattan so beautifully lit up tonight as we welcome you back to New York City. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Wilt Chamberlain.
and the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yes, sound fundamentals. Lots of patience that led to that efficient scoring effort.
Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Lee out there with Rose. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. And again, Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 39.
Well, he's well accustomed to shouldering scoring. He's the main reason they're up right now.
Tipped away and stolen by Chamberlain. In low, offensive rebound. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Chamberlain got 41.
Well, that's just a great start to the half for them. Their offense is clicking, and they have made 3 of their first 4 shots.
Poked loose and stolen by Chamberlain. From the high post, And it goes down 2 points. Chamberlain got 43 points.
Oh, they're getting terrific high percentage looks at the basket to begin this half. 4 or 5 so far.
New York calls timeout.
Now, that's a great timeout call by the coach there to try to calm his team down. They're turning the ball over way too much.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
And the Knicks overhauling their roster with some big names. Of course, the former Bulls, Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, but also shooting guard Courtney Lee, who I think can definitely help them with his defense and shooting.
Porzingis can. Here's Golden State now. They've had an 8-0 run from the arc. Green kicks to Chamberlain. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, some might say that Draymond Green has a big mouth. Klay Thompson said he talks to us, himself, the coach, the other bench. But Andre Iguodala had the Kappa fellas. He said if you're having a conversation about potato chips, then he's going to make sure his opinion is heard.
They love that edge he brings, D.A. Absolutely. Thanks.
Always keeping his head up. Draymond rarely misses the open man.
Hernan Gomez.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Warriors leading by 21. Here's Chamberlain. But they'll get another chance. Clark kicks to Chamberlain. And the three ball is good. Chamberlain got 11 points here in just the second half.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball.
Yeah, some skillation. The Knicks look to play their veterans and look to rebuild around Porzingis. This summer, that was not the case, though.
Well, it seems like rebuild is a dirty word in New York City. There's not a lot of patience for losing. We'll just see how far they can go with this new roster.
Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry. The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
First free throw is good. Chris, who was your toughest matchup when you were playing for either the offensive or defensive side of things?
Oh, there was tough matchups every night. I remember a couple of I really had fun playing for Sacramento when just in the West Coast on a daily basis, the power forwards were Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, Brian Grant, and all these guys were in their prime. So I just remember having to be prepared every night. And, in the league, there are no tough opponents because it's tough.
Yes.
Period. You can't sleep anybody in this league.
Well said. And here is Anthony following Wilt Chamberlain's 3.
That's his first personal foul.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Hernan Gomez, guarded by Chamberlain. Minutes off the clock now, here in the third. Can't hit from 12. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And watching Melo, you can just see how his game has grown since when he came into the league. I mean, still as great a scorer as you're going to find, but he's doing so much now in terms of his passing and his defense. I mean, visibly much more of an impact on the floor in other facets. And I think that's a credit to his maturation and the reason why there's some optimism for the Knicks.
Here's Porzingis following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
Shoots. Green kicks to Chamberlain. Over Porzingis. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Chamberlain got 55.
That's just because he's completely in rhythm. His accuracy has been absolutely fantastic.
And with Melo and seeing his game grow, it's almost like he's putting more trust in his teammates and not going at it alone quite as often.
And when he does need to ISO and take over for possession, he's still active at it. Melo has always been a good passer. Now he's just trusting his teammates more. Scoring is down a bit, but he's a scarier player to defend.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Lee. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. We've got seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Pachulia with 4 seconds on the clock, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Pachulia. Pachulia's got 4 assists now tonight. The three.
Moments make players into stars. Moments make teams legend. This is my moment. This is my team.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Now the Knicks with it. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Chamberlain is out there with Green, and it's Durant in at the three.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
But was it the best shot to take there?
And GA, after being such a fixture of Chicago and for so long, Joakim Noah signing with his hometown team, the Knicks, in the last offseason, a bit of a bittersweet end of his time with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of moving parts in his time with Chicago.
Yeah, and, you know, his playing time had dwindled, and it was just, I think, in everyone's best interest for him to move on. It's a great fit in New York, both with the team and the pulse of the city. Clearly was still valued highly around the league as it took a sizable contract to put him in that Knick unit.
Curry kicks to Chamberlain. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Knicks shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Chamberlain brings the double team. Randall against Curry. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Quarter just getting started. One look. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Second chance shot.
Durant has really improved his impact on the defensive end. I mean, and he is not someone you want to go at as a shooter.
Tries yet again. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
The 11-footer. And that one drops. Chamberlain got 59 points.
All right, you can tell he's having the ball out there. He's in the zone, and when he gets this hot, look out.
Inside. And that one's good by Noah.
Now look, that's pushing the action, carving out space for himself indeed.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Noah against Chamberlain. That shot off. The Knicks go the other way with it.
Cold start to this game for him. A lot of his shots
To Noah. Takes the 13-footer, and that one drops.
And a crafty pass into the lane, perfectly executed.
Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. He had a nice open look right there. Chamberlain got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
Well, no one is stepping up and making them beat them off the dribble. Until that happens, they'll continue to burn you from there.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen for shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
And another 3 for Golden State.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look.
Where was the defense there? If you're trying to come back in this game, you can't forget to guard the perimeter.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter.
And that's how you make a steal. Turn it into a quick slam.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And it's the Warriors' ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. The finish in traffic.
And so it's going to end up in the record as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
Knicks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Now here's Randall. He's covered by Livingston. Teardrop shot. Second chance shot, and he can't bank that one in. And so it's Golden State with it, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Wow, that looks like he forgot that there's an out of bounds in basketball. Not sure how he made that mistake.
The Warriors making a switch here. Chamberlain's checked in. Iguodala with the steal. Shot from free throw range. And Chamberlain gets it to go on the assist by Iguodala.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
Well, the fans have sounded lost and disappointed, which is exactly what they were hoping to accomplish.
Wasn't out of reach. Now, thanks to that last little spurt.
No, that's the nail in the coffin. Call it a game.
Randall dishes to Thomas. They set the screen. Randall kicks to Holiday. At the top of the key, O'Quinn. Noah wide open. And the miss. So we see the Warriors taking the game here.
Is he human? I ask that in all seriousness because putting up those kind of points, not in the 50s or 60s, but 70s, no words can truly describe that level of pervasiveness.
The job he did down low was fantastic. That's right, fantastic. He had great understanding of the way the defense was set up in the paint. He had a ton of high percentage looks close to the bucket. He heard it every time. Next game, real.
He just put on a clinic. That's the kind that makes you want to just take notes. Like grab your pad, make notes, because you're never going to see something like this again possibly. Combining an elite skill set with an attack-first mindset. Wow, incredible.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a